Hello everyone, I hope you are well. My name is Nick, we're on the Atari 2600 and we're going to be looking at a game called Fast Food, so it's not really one for people that are on a diet, but published by Telysis in 1982, where you take control of these, false teeth or lips or whatever, and must eat as much food as possible to progress to the next level. Every time you hit a purple pickle, that goes against you. If you pick up 6 of these pickles, then you're dead, essentially. So yes, eat as much food as you can, and that is essentially it. So it's not the most advanced game in the world, so here we go. Look out for purple pickles. You can see we've already hit one of them. That's represented on the top left there. Yeah, so the idea is to get as fat as you possibly can. I'm not sure they can get away with this nowadays. Now, this game is nothing to do with the game called Fast Food on the ZX Spectrum in 1989 by Codemasters. This one is in 1982. Back in an era where games sometimes could be extremely basic, but a kid would have loved it, I'd imagine. I don't think a kid would have liked it now. So we've seen all the gameplay, and I've only been playing literally about a minute or so. Yeah, you're getting fatter. They couldn't get away with this nowadays. Hooray! Stage 2. Now, the food gets gradually quicker, trying to make you eat a purple pickle in error. So, burgers, ice cream, cups of tea, coffee, pizza, it's all here. Eat, 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 eat. But there are some green beans going forward, so I suppose that's a little bit healthy, isn't it? Scores up the top there, middle, if you want to write that down after your go each time. Oh, that's a bit hard to overtake. Good. Graphics aren't brilliant, but it was a different era back then. This is probably my least favourite game I've reviewed so far on the Atari 2600 already. It's not bad for the era. It's just not as much of a classic, is it? It's not taken from the arcades, I don't think, this one. So these lips, or chattery teeth toy, which we probably all had as a kid, possibly come out of a Christmas cracker or something, but that was good fun. Burgers, more burgers, food. I'm starting to get a bit hungry now, folks. Did you have this one back in the day? I'm not sure how much the cartridge cost. If you did, I hope you had some other games as well, because this could get old quite fast when you compare it to other classic games like Donkey Kong, Enduro, Pole Position and all those sort of ones. But this is very, very early. The Atari 2600, or Atari VCS as it was often known right early, came out in 1977 and this was in 1982. So it's early days, 2 years before the ZX Spectrum was released, the 48K, which I entered the retro gaming market, but it wasn't retro then, was it? It was the most modern, up-to-date thing you could possibly get. And seeing this sort of thing scream across your television screen, apart from normal TV programs, was like living in the future, like living in a super wonderland. Telysis, as advertised down the bottom. Now, it's starting to get a bit quick already here. We've already picked up 3 pickles, 3 more and then we're done for. And then that's the end of our eating frenzy. Yeah, I haven't had a McDonald's or a Burger King for absolute years. Maybe I should get some to see if it's still as bad as what I remember. Plastic food. McDonald's doesn't taste like any other food you're ever going to see ever, and it doesn't smell like any other food you're ever going to see ever. So how is that possible? I don't know. What sort of cheese is it called? Has it got a special name they use? Heavily processed cheese, but I don't want to keep having to go at McDonald's. This is supposed to be a review if we eat that ice lolly. Oh no. You're getting fatter. Oh, we did. I thought it was the end there. What we got? 5 pickles, 1 more pickle and we're dead. Ah, and there we are. Burp. And your death always ends with a massive burp noise, and the bar is closed. I think it deserves another go at this, isn't it? We should have another go. But it does get very, very fast. Graphics, well, they're not blurry at all despite the speed. Horizontal, no option for vertical. It doesn't change from this at all. Would like to see a slightly different mini game in there at some point, but it's looking very pedestrian now. There isn't a time limit on this, it's just surviving, so you could say forget the food, just avoid the purple pickles, so look out for them each time. Because quite often you could swoop up to the top of the screen to eat a tasty looking burger and hit a pickle in error as you go across. it'll try and trick you to go over the pickles, because these pickle salesmen are evil, as we know. Yes, what more can I say about this? Not a great deal, I don't think. Whoops, let's go round that. So they could have used anything. They could have used a spaceship and meteors. They could have done a person going through a horror place with skulls and ghosts and stuff. But no, they chose fast food. Because everyone was into fast food in 1982, wasn't they? Was they? I don't know. I was quite young. I've got no memories from 1982. I can't name one thing that happened. I'm sure a lot of stuff did that was quite important, but I was less than 10 years old. So, who knows what happened. Oh, I hit a couple of pickles there. That's not good. If you're a pickle fan, you might want to eat the pickles. Game didn't have a sequel that I was aware of. When I first heard of this game, I was expecting it to be something similar to the Dizzy games, but they just have the same name. They're nothing to do with each other whatsoever. Another food-orientated game I'm meaning to review on the Atari 2600 is Burger Time. That's supposed to be a classic. What other food games are there? Let me know if you can immediately think of any. I can't think of any at the moment because I'm just gradually coming to these games on this system, as it's not one that I owned back in the day. Eat, eat, eat. Burger Time didn't come out on the Spectrum, which I grew up with. I don't think it did. Mr. Wimpy was the nearest it got, and that was like a Burger Time clone. Right, what's the score? 595. Come on, Nick, just go as long as you can. It gets quick very rapidly here. Running out of stomach to fit all this food in. Man, this person's going to be extremely ill by the end of this time. But as I said before, there's no way you can get away with a game now where the object is to eat as much food as possible and just to become fatter and fatter and fatter. It reminds me of that horrible scene in one of the Monty Python films where this guy kept eating and eating and eating, and then he actually exploded, causing the restaurant... Well, I think they probably had to redecorate after that. Is this game responsible for obesity? I'm not sure how bad it was in 1982, but apparently most of the world... I've read a stat that most of the world are overweight now. That's not a good stat, is it? I don't know where I read that, if it's a reliable source or not. Look at this, light speed. Rapid, rapid, rapid. It's not a very good looking mouth, is it? I think they've got some sort of disease. Maybe it's an alien mouth. I shouldn't have started playing this too far away from dinner time. Yeah. I'm very, very hungry. You're getting fatter. Fatter. You're just a big fatty. Fatty, fat, fat. It gets boring quite quickly, this game, isn't it? So, as a kid, once you've played it for a few days, there's not really much reason to load it up again unless you've got nothing else to do. Because, you know, unless you're waiting for the pizza to be delivered or something. You're still getting fatter. Now, what speed is it going now? We've got 4 pickles. 2 more and we're doomed. Oh, God, I didn't have a chance there. There's pickles everywhere. They are coming at you at random, so you can't memorise the pattern. Some things come at you quicker than others. Burp, and it ends in death again. Ugh. Shall we have one more go? I think it's worth one more go, isn't it? One more go. I don't know any cheats for this game. I'm sure Atari 2600 games had cheats on, didn't they? Let me know about that. Could you enter a cheat in an Atari 2600 game, or was that before cheats and pokes were invented? Yes, keep me informed of that one. I can only think that unless there was a bug in the game, you did something, then it would force a cheat, but there's nothing really you can type in, is there? I'm not sure what other games Telysis did. If they did some others, I'd imagine they're probably as basic as this. But I prefer things like Frogger, if you're looking at the basic games. I'm not overly bowled over this one, although I can see 1982. Don't think I would have liked to have been given it as a kid, but I would have played it for a little bit of time. It just gets old quite fast, to be honest with you. If this is your favourite game, let me know, because like in all times, nostalgia plays a huge part in this sort of thing, so it's not just about the game. It takes you back to a point in your childhood and the memories there, the music going on at the time and how you felt before money existed and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's the good thing about retro gaming. It's not just about the game. Have to bear that in mind when I'm reviewing these retro games. Oops, one pickle. See how far we can get here. I don't think the game ever ends. Just goes quicker and quicker and quicker till it ends with belly explosion. I'm still getting fatter. Chance would be a fine thing. I just can't put on weight. Right, eat that, eat that, eat that, eat that. Eat, 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 eat. That's a cola, that's a burger. 2 pickles down. It's just a question of avoiding all this stuff and then you're probably doing well. Right, now it's going to go super fast now. Whoops. Oh, 2 pickles straight away. Oh no, it's all going a bit... Oh man, it's all going super wrong. Come on, let's get this back. Let's put this back together again. Don't know what those things are up there. We're having a lot of drinks. 8-bit glory, 8-bit gluttony, 8-bit. Sorry if you're on a diet here. This probably isn't going to help it, is it? Oh, that's that. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that one. It was an okay game, but got old quite fast for me. That was Fast Food, published by Telysis on the Atari 2600 in 1982. Got any comments about this game, similar games, or anything retro-based, then please let me know. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Those people that have done, and you haven't already, please consider doing so, because that helps the channel grow a great deal. If you want to help the channel a bit more, get a shout out each month for any projects you're doing, things like that. There's patreon.com/njenkin. Every little bit really does help me. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.